In this video, we're going to deep dive into making the very first bid. It's fun to take tricks, but bidding can be very, very complex, and it can be very, very intimidating to people. I thought, let me make a video that really gets into just how to open the bidding. And the way I teach, I break everything down into simple step-by-step beats, so that you'll completely understand how to do it. As you've seen in my other videos, and as I talk about in my course, the very first step you need to do to determine if you're going to make an opening bid or not is you need to look at your hand and you need to answer two questions. Question one is, how many high card points do I have? And question two is my hand balanced? And for the purpose of this video, we're just going to talk about opening one in a bid. And for those of you who know the difference between high card points and total points are extra points you might give yourself if you have a long streak of cards or a void. We're not going to deal with that now. We're just going to deal with high card points. Aces are 4, kings are 3, queens are 2, jacks are 1. We're going to add up our high card points, and then we're going to ask ourselves, how many high card points do we have? And the second question we're going to ask ourselves is our hand balanced or not balanced? So let's take a look at this chart, because really the answer to bidding can come down to a simple series of charts. If you have 11 points or less, you are going to pass. Yes, there are exceptions to the rule, but that's for another video. If you have 21 points or more, you are going to bid, but you're going to bid larger than 1. And that's also for another video. In this video, we're going to focus on just making an opening bid in the ones, whether that be one of a suit or one no trump. So if we look at this hand here, well, we have a balanced hand here, and we have 17 points. Now, if you have 12 points or more, the question isn't whether or not you should bid. You must open the bid. And to be clear, we are talking about making a first bid. It means that your partner has not bid yet, either because they have passed or because they just haven't had a chance to make a bid or pass yet, and there has been no other opening bid made by your opponents. In this video, we're just focusing on whether or not to make the opening bid. So let's go to this next graphic. So if we're just going to open one, do you have between 12 and 21 points? And do you have a balanced or no balanced hand? And this is where I need you to memorize some things, because the first question you're going to ask yourself is, since I have between 12 and 21 points, if you have 12 to 14 points, you're going to make a bid in the ones, and I'm going to talk about exactly which suit you want to play in the ones. If you have a bid of 15 to 17, you're also going to make a bid in the ones, and if you have 18 to 21, you're also going to make a bid in the ones. But I want to start here in the middle with this 15 to 17, because this is a very specific case that I need you to memorize. If you have between 15 to 17 points and you have a balanced hand, you are going to bid one no trump. I need you to memorize that. 15 to 17 points and a balanced hand is one no trump. That is not 14 points and a balanced hand, and that is not 18 points and a balanced hand. It's a very specific window. So if you were to bid one no trump, you are telling very clearly to everybody at the table you have a balanced hand between 15 to 17 points. Memorize that, get a flashcard, and memorize that. So in all those scenarios where we are going to open one of a suit and not one no trump, because as we said, the only way you'll open one no trump is with 15 to 17 balanced, in all the other scenarios, the next question to ask yourself is, do I have a 5-card major? And we've talked about what suits are the major suits and what suits are the minor suits. The spades and the hearts are the major suits, and the clubs and the diamonds are the minor suits. So the question is, do I have a 5-card major? 5 cards in spades or 5 cards in hearts. And just to be clear, it could be more than 5 spades or 5 hearts, but the minimum is 5. The minimum is not 4. This is a hard rule. 5 cards in spades or 5 cards in hearts. And if you have a 5-card major in spades or hearts, you are going to bid that major at the 1 level. You have between 12 and 21 points. You have a 5-card major, say, in hearts. You're going to bid 1 heart. You have a 5-card major in spades. You're going to bid 1 spade. Now, what if you have 15 to 17 points in a balanced hand, but you have a 5-card major? Well, as I said before, that's a unique case. You will bid 1 no trump. 15 to 17 points, balanced hand, 1 no trump. Unbalanced hand, 15 to 17 points, bid the 5-card major if you have the 5-card major, either in spades or in hearts. What happens if you have 5 spades and 5 hearts? You have 2 5-card majors. Well, in that case, you want to actually bid the hearts. You want to bid the lower major. That gives actually your partner a chance. Perhaps they want to bid spades. And if it had been the other way around, if you had bid spades and your partner wanted to bid hearts, it would have been harder for them because they would have had to go to the 2 level to communicate that. So you're going to bid, if you have 5 hearts and 5 spades, you're going to bid hearts and not the spade. You're going to go lower on the ladder and let them work their way up. But what happens if you don't have a 5-card major? You have less than 5 cards in spades and hearts. If that's the case, you're still going to bid 1, but you're going to bid 1 of a minor, which is diamonds or clubs. In that case, you want to bid your longest minor. And this could be even if you have 4 spades and you have 4 hearts, but you only have 3 diamonds and 2 clubs. Because you don't have the 5-card major in hearts or spades, you are going to bid your longest minor. And I didn't say strongest minor. I said longest minor. So if you have 3 diamonds and 4 clubs, you're going to bid 1 club. If you have 4 diamonds and 3 clubs, you're going to bid 1 diamond. You're going to bid your longest one. Now, what happens if you have 6 diamonds? You're going to still bid 1 diamond. You are going to bid your longest minor. Now, what happens if you have an equal number of minors, 3 clubs and 3 diamonds? In that case, you're going to bid the clubs. You're going to, again, give your partner room to work its way up the ladder by bidding clubs. Now, if you happen to have 4 in diamonds and 4 in clubs, then you're going to bid the diamonds, the higher of the 2 minors. So that's a little different, and so you'll need to remember that. And the reason for that is you're communicating to your partner that you actually have 4 diamonds. The assumption is always going to be that the strength is in clubs unless you say, I have more diamonds. So really to bet 1 diamond is to say you have potentially 4 diamonds. Just to recap, you're going to look at your hand and ask yourself, how many points do I have? And is it balanced? If you have 11 or less, you're going to pass for the purposes of this video. If you have 22 or more, you're going to bid higher than the 1 level, which is another video. If you have 12 to 21 high card points, then you must make a bid. If you have 15 to 17 points balanced, you will make a bid 1 no trump. Otherwise, you will bid 1 of a suit. If you have a 5-card major, you will bid 1 in that major. If you do not have a 5-card major, you will bid 1 in a minor. And the reason these rules are really hard are because if you were to bid 1 spade, you are communicating a guarantee to your partner that you have 5 spades, or at least 5 spades. And if you bid 1 diamond, say, to your partner, you're not necessarily communicating so much about diamonds, so much as you're saying, I don't have a 5-card major in spades or in hearts. It's not really telling them much about diamonds. It's really telling your partner more about the spades and the hearts. Same thing could be said by bidding in the clubs. The very fact that you're not bidding a major tells your partner something important. So let's go ahead and look at a handful of scenarios here. In this scenario, we have 17 points and we have a balanced hand. And again, we're just dealing with high card points, not total points, which would include other things like voids and so forth. And so this falls in the 15 to 17 points, balanced, and the bid is 1 no trump. Now, what happens if your partner has already bid or your opponents have already bid? Well, that's easy. That's not for this video. As I said at the beginning, this video is only for when you are the first one to make the bid at the table. Either everyone else has passed or you were the dealer and you were the first one to make the bid. Because actually, once the first bid is made, these rules change. What we're talking about are hard, fast rules to make the first bid at a table. So let's take a look at this scenario. Is it a balanced hand? Yes, it is. The second question you are asking yourself is, how many points do I have? Well, here we have 17 points and a balanced hand. This is 1 no trump. Let's take a look at this hand, and we ask ourselves the first two questions. Is it a balanced hand? And how many points do we have? Well, it's not a balanced hand. We have no diamonds. How many points do we have? We have 12 points. So we must make a bid, because 11 points or less, we would pass. So the next question we ask ourselves is, do we have a 5-card major? And in fact, we do. We have 5 hearts. So the opening bid here is 1 heart. Let's take a look at this hand here. Do we have a balanced hand? Yes, we do, because we don't have any voids, we have no singletons, and we have only 1 doubleton. How many points do we have? We have 18 points. Would we bid 1 no trump? No, we wouldn't, because that is 15 to 17 points on a balanced hand, and this is a balanced hand at 18 points. Do we have a 5-card major? Yes, we do. We do in spades. So we would bid 1 spade. Let's take a look at this scenario here. Do we have a balanced hand? No, we don't, because we have a singleton, this king of hearts. How many high card points do we have? Well, we have 17 points. So we have 17 points, but no balanced hand. So we're not going to be bidding 1 no trump. Do we have a 5-card major? Well, no, we don't. We have a 4-card major in spades, but we don't have a 5-card major, so we're going to be bidding at the 1 level in a minor. So let's take a look at this scenario here. We don't have that 5-card major, and we have 4 of clubs and 4 of diamonds. We have 2 4-card minors. So we're going to bet the higher minor, and we're going to bet 1 diamond. Let's take a look at this one here. Is it balanced? No, it is not, because we actually have no diamonds. How many points do we have? We have 17 points. So we need to make a bid. Do we have a 5-card major? Well, actually, we have a 6-card major in spades. So we're going to bid 1 spade. Let's just do a few more and then review the rules. Let's take a look at this one here. Do we have a balanced hand? Yes, we do. How many points do we have? We have 16 points. Balanced hand between 15 to 17 points. 1 no trump. Let's take a look at this one here. Do we have a balanced hand? No, we don't, because we have 1 spade. How many points do we have? We have 15 points. 15 points in an unbalanced hand is not 1 no trump. Do we have a 5-card major? Yes, we do, in hearts. So we're going to bid 1 heart. Let's take a look at this one here. Do we have a balanced hand? Yes, we do. How many high card points do we have? We have 11 high card points. For the purposes of this video, that's a pass. Now, I do want to say that in future videos, there are certain exceptions to the rule. In fact, there's something called the rule of 20, but that's not going to be for right now. Let's take a look at this one here. Is it a balanced hand? Yes, it is. It's the 4-3-3. How many points do we have? In high card points we have 13 points. So we want to make a bid. Do we have a 5-card major? No, we don't. So we want to play our longest minor. Which one is our longest minor? In this case, it's the diamonds. We have 4 diamonds. So the bid is going to be 1 diamond. Okay, so let's recap. You're going to look at your cards and you're going to determine two questions. How many high card points do I have? And do I have a balanced hand? If you have 11 or less, for the purposes of this video, you're going to pass. If you have 22 or more, you're going to be bidding higher than the 1 level, and that's also not for right now. We're dealing with 12 to 21 high card points. If you have between 15 to 17 and balanced, you're bidding 1 no trump. Everything else in that range, you're going to be bidding 1 of a suit. If you have a 5-card major, you are going to bid 1 of that 5-card major. 1 heart if you have 5 hearts, 1 spade if you have 5 spades. If you do not have a 5-card major, then you're going to bid 1 of your longest minor, diamonds or clubs. It's pretty straightforward, and there really isn't any variation to it. And the reason is, as the first person who bids, what you're really doing is you're really just trying to communicate what's in your hand without any judgment. It's going to be your partner that needs to understand exactly what your bid is so they can look at their hand, match it with what you've just bid, and then come up with a determination as to what the two of you can do together. So the rules on making that opening bid are very hard, because otherwise you will be misleading your partner, which ultimately can lead to you guys being in a bad contract. In a way, the opening bid, when you're bidding 1 of a suit, is one of the easiest bids to make because these rules are so hard and there's no real wiggle room for this. If you'd like to know more, I invite you to go check out my course, check out my other videos, and thank you so much.